Hey friends, it's Kelly here with Kelly Crafts. Oh, I had a request for a tutorial for the jelly bows that I had shown in my swap that was going out to my swap partner for the, I believe it was the May swap. But I had made some jelly bows and somebody asked me how I made them. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys how I did them. Now, I bought the jelly sheets from Amazon. And these are the jelly bows. Now this one's a nice real thick one and I love these ones. Bummer is Amazon's not selling this one anymore. They don't make it. These are the real thick ones. This is the, what is this one? This is the Shangart 0.7 to 0.8 thickness. And like I said, they're not, it says that it's not available and they don't know when it will become available. So right now, I can't get this. So, I opted for a different one, and because this is real thick. And I don't know if you can see how thick it is, but it's really thick, and I love this stuff, but I apparently can't get it, and I've been searching and I can't find any. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go get some other, and this is the 0.3. Do not like this at all. Now, it makes nice bows. I like the jelly bows because, I mean, you can crumple them up like this and stuff, and they pop right back. And that's out of this. Is not my favorite. I think I'm going to see if I can find a little bit thicker, maybe like a 0.5. This is a 0.3. And I had cut a couple blue ones out. And I don't think I have it over here now. I don't know what I did with it. I had a pile of it. But I cut mine on my Cricut. And when I did, this will pick up every mark. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it will pick up every mark off of the mat. So I'm not liking this. It has to be like a fresh mat with no markings on it whatsoever, or it picks up the markings for some reason. But in the event that you find some jelly that you like I said, I got mine on Amazon. I'll link the 0.3 for you guys, but I would try to find something just a little bit thicker. Like I said, the one I really like has a thickness of 0.7 to 0.8. So, yeah, the 0.7 is good, so I'm thinking maybe a 0.5 would be okay, but this 3 I'm not happy with, but to show you guys how to make them, that's what I'm going to use. So you're going to need your jelly sheets. Now, this 0.3, I'm pretty sure you could probably use a die and cut it out. I use my Cricut, or if you have like a template, a paper template, and you want to trace it, I would trace it maybe on the back of it, because I know I used a Sharpie marker, and it does come off with rubbing alcohol. And so you could probably trace it and cut it out by hand. But like I said, I used my Cricut. So, I have my Cricut mat here, and it's ready to go. It's already got fuzzies on it. I've used it once. And, I'll show you this, because this is really easy to cut on Cricut. This one is kind of a bit of a booger. It's so thick that you have to cut it multiple times. But we'll go into Cricut Design Space, and I'll show you how I got my bow, where I got my bow, and how I set my Cricut up. So, we're going to go over to Cricut Design Space. Okay guys, here we are over here in our Cricut Design Space. And I'm not sure how good the quality of this audio is, but you know, I'll try to speak up or whatever. I'm kind of new at this recording from my desktop. But anyhow, I am in my Cricut Design Space here. And I am going to go in, how I found it was I went into projects. And mine's going to lag a little bit because I am recording. And I went into community only. And I put double bow. This was the easiest way I could find it. It's kind of lagging, like I said, because I'm recording at the same time. And This is the one I want right here. This is the double bow that I've been making. So I'll click on that one. Because to find it through Maker is a pain. This is the easiest way I had found it. And then down here is the one that I wanted to use. And I clicked on it and it brought it up. And then if you want to know what the number is, you just want to search by the number. You could put this number in the search and search for it. Put this little code in there. So I'm going to add that to my canvas. And like I said, I'm just showing you how I did mine. This isn't really a tutorial on how to use Cricut. And I have the Cricut Maker. So I have this bow here. I'm going to ungroup that. And then they'll just... the white part, I'm just going to delete that. You can either hit this delete there or hit delete on your keyboard. So I'm going to delete that one. This one I'm going to go to contour now, because I don't need that little piece right here. I don't need that center piece. I'm going to save myself some vinyl or jelly vinyl, whatever. I'm going to do that. And mine I sized to 5x3. So I'm going to unlock that. You could leave the settings. But when I use the heavier vinyl or jelly, it's not as big. Let me see, I'll tell you how big this is. It's the thick, heavy, the small sheets are about 5.5 by about 5.5 by 8. So that's why I had a 5x3 bow. Now the big sheets that I'm using, they're like almost 8.5 by 11.5. So you could make even bigger bows. I wouldn't go much smaller than this because of the way I put mine together. Now if you can figure out a different way, you're good to go. Okay, so I have my bow ready. So if I'm just going to cut one bow out, and I'm going to click on Make It. Now I'm working on this thin stuff. This is the 0.3. And I'm going to confirm that. Okay, it said checkout, but I have Cricut access, so if you don't, you'll have to buy it or find, like I said, find a file. And hit continue. But because my computer's lagging, it's taking its sweet time trying to figure out what I have. It's just going to take it a minute. And then, like I said, this is on the thin stuff. This is on the 0.3. I use the premium outdoor vinyl setting, and I put it on more, and I have a fresh new blade in my machine. And then I'm going to go over to Cricut, and I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be back with you at the desk, and we'll put it together. Okay, I've got mine cut out. You can't really see it, but it's there. So I'm going to take this. And make sure you have a really sticky mat. And really, burnish it down really good. So I'm going to peel this off. And I should have cut it pretty good. There it goes. Set that aside. And then I'm just going to take this off my mat like you do anything else. Just like that. Put my sheet back on there. Set that aside. Okay, don't mind my dirty mat. Grab this piece of white paper. You might be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, so there it is cut out. So I have my double bow cut and the tail. Now, on the thick stuff, I was using my crocodile. But it's very, you got to make sure you're spot on it because it'll punch a hole off of the side, and I was having a time with it. So then I found this, with this, it does not like to cut with it at all. It will just jam it down the machine and not even cut it. even this doesn't cut it very well, the little hole punch. So the best thing I could find was to get yourself your pokey tool and a lighter. And what I use to put mine together with, because now you can sew this together, I guess. You mean you could probably sew it, but there's no hot glue and no super glue and no gluing of whatever. It just pops back out. So I just have a bunch of mini brads in here of different colors. One there. So what I did was, my brad there, and I just took my lighter, a paper towel, or a cloth of some kind. Paper towel, if you're going to use it, I like to really thicken mine up because I don't really feel like burning myself. So I'll do that. And the reason for that is because you want to wipe this off. Like mine's still got some plastic on it. But I'm just going to heat it up a little bit right now. I'm going to wipe this off once because, and it'll leave black marks, but you won't see them really because of the brad hides it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat my tool up a little bit. I'm going to go way back here, like so, and then I'm just going to lay this right here in the middle of this bow. I'm going to pull it up onto this, and I'm going to make the hole. So there's the hole there. Sometimes I can get two, and I'm going to put this down a little bit further into the thicker part of that bow. Like I said, I need to wipe mine off. I'm not trying to go in for burning myself today. So, now I wouldn't be using your best pokey tool for this. This is one I have. Do it again on this one here. Just sliding it up there. So there's all the holes. You need one in the middle and one on each end. Then your tail, you need just one. Wipe that off. Just need to put one right there in the middle. And, or however, you know, whatever bow you're using, whatever, you just, however you're going to put it together. So now I just get my brad in here, and I try to get it to where my prongs are going to open east to west. And then I'm just going to flip this here. And it takes a second to get it together. Put these together like this. And this, and I think on Cricut Design Space, I think the files are 99 cents. I'm not for sure. And then this is the little tail. I'm gonna put that on, maybe. That on, and then I'm gonna pop my brad open, and then I usually get my bone folder, or you know, get my little Cricut tool and just kind of give it a little press so it's tight, and then you can kind of, you know, push and pull it around, and that is how I make my jelly bows. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I just was showing you now. Like I said, this is the 0.3 millimeter thickness, and I'm sure this would cut through your die cutting machine, but I use my Cricut for everything. I have a die cutting machine, but I just never really practiced with it or tested it out or not. I'll leave that up to your discretion. If you want, you can, you know, cut a small piece and do a little sample. I'd suggest you do that with your Cricut to make sure what settings works for you. Like I said, mine was the outdoor vinyl, and I said on more pressure with a fresh blade. So that is Jelly Bows, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I will link the jelly that I can for you down below. And then these brads, I don't remember where I got them, but if I find them, I will link them. So there you guys go, and I hope you enjoyed that. And y'all have a good day. Stay safe out there. And remember, I love each and every one of you. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please leave them down in the comment section. And I will, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. Alright guys, take care. Bye-bye.